Yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Window Chats with Robyn, the Instagram Live podcast where I sit by my window and chat with very interesting people. This is season 5, and yes, it may be confusing because season 4 ended yesterday, but I have Alisse Lee Goldenberg coming in, and it's a big deal. Oh my gosh, okay. Hi, Allie. Invite. Hi!
Hi! It worked!
Ooh, I love the haircut. Look at you.
Thank
Fresh.
you. I haven't been this blonde since high school, which was middle years ago.
It was yesterday. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Long
I'm
no
okay.
see.
I know. I saw a great show yesterday. It was pretty fantastic. So kind of a big deal.
Thank you.
This Jay and Shilo biz. It was so cute.
Thank
Cute,
you.
but also it was catered to adults, which I appreciated. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. That's kind of how I approach kids theater. I mean, if the adults aren't having fun, they're not going to want to take their kids, right?
It's true. Yeah. But so you have 2 Jay and Shilo shows at the KidsFest. Fringe Kids Fest, that's what it's called? Okay.
Yeah.
So many words. And it's a lot of words. And there's, but you know, it's so interesting because the actors are the same actors in both of them, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm curious and why I want to see both is what if by mistake, you know, they come on in the wrong costume or something like that, but then, you know, they start singing the wrong number and nope, that's the other one. The kids won't notice, but I would enjoy that.
I'll notice. I'll tell
You'll notice?
Afterwards.
Has that happened during a dress rehearsal yet?
No.
Okay.
They've actually been very good about that. Just like, okay, so we're doing this show now. All right.
I feel like it's hard as the actor. Is it hard as the producer? Or, I mean, look, Hailey being the junior producer, she's doing fantastic. That girl
Yeah.
has potential. Okay. I see
definitely.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's good to have the free child labor around to do all the monkey work that I don't want to do. So
I love when I said, Hailey, are you getting paid? And she said, no. We're going to talk. I'm telling you. I feel her, okay? All this non-union actor stuff. What is this freebies I keep doing? But, you know, you do it for the art. And you know, it's...
I think she does it for the snacks.
The snack. I never get offered snacks. Well, okay, you guys have a better thing going than I do. I like that. What kind of snacks? What are we talking?
Well, when I'm not around, apparently she gets ice cream.
Oh, bad cop. Okay. I'm worried for that. I don't have kids, but if I do, I'm like, I'm going to be the one that comes in. Here's your healthy snack. And then, like, Mike's going to be the fun one. And that's not fair. I want to be the fun one. But I don't want them eating ice cream all the time. I don't know. Oh, parenthood.
Yeah.
So can you tell the viewers just a general idea of what Jay and Shilo is about, how it came to fruition?
Well, it originally came to fruition because, like, as a parent of younger kids at the time, like our first Jay and Shilo show was in 2017 at the Toronto Fringe Festival Kids Fest, which even then had a lot of words. But it kind of started out where taking a bunch of young kids to children's theater, I would watch them sort of having fun and be like, okay, we're seeing one of these again. All right. And I would be sitting there going, really? Why? What is this? And their TV shows kind of ran the gamut from Caillou, which I despise to this day.
A lot of thoughts on that show. I agree.
Yeah, Peppa Pig and like all these things where I was like, why is everything so dumbed down? Like kids kind of, they're a lot smarter than we tend to give them credit for. And adults sometimes a lot less. But if we could kind of create a show that meets in the middle so everybody's happy, then and parents will enjoy themselves and kids will enjoy themselves, then that's kind of what I wanted to do. So I created this world about a brother and sister who live in this magical theater and use imagination and song and dance to help all the weird and wonderful creatures around them solve problems. And being musical and musical theater sort of genre, I was like, okay, so the songs don't all have to be like Twinkle Twinkle and whatever else. Like, let's expose the children to songs that sound like actual musical theater songs.
Yeah, I'm still humming the Jay and Shilo theme song, so yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, so for 2017, we hired I teamed up with Anthony Bastianin and Brett McKeag to do the songs for that one, and loved him so much that we brought him back again. So they're doing the songs for Prop Catastrophe, and Brett McKeag worked with Jake Schindler on Nightmare Neighbors, which is our other show this year. So we have two shows that sound vastly different, with different characters and different storylines and stuff, to kind of show kids, look at all the different kinds of music you can find in a theater.
I love that. Not just kids, it's adults. I was so impressed. I told you this yesterday. I'm so happy I didn't have to lie. It was a great show. No, because I was laughing, and I look around, I'm like, am I allowed to be laughing? I'm an adult. Is this cool? But it was written very clever. I thought, haha, little jokes for me. It's kind of a musical version of The Simpsons or something. Although yeah. I guess The Simpsons is for adults. What's a kid show that's funny for adults? That equivalent, whatever that would be.
I don't know, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I found very few shows that the kids watched growing up that I actually was like, haha, that's clever. I think the closest thing I could come up with that I actually enjoy that technically is for kids is like Disney movies. But,
oh, yeah, okay.
But I'm kind of like, no, those are for grown-ups too. Let's face it.
They are. Yeah.
Even when my kids are grown up and moved out, I'm going to go and see like Encanto 5 in the movie theater whenever that happens.
That will definitely happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually a pretty decent movie. You got your hair done. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. So I'm just kind of like, what do I do with it? Yeah, probably. We're just going to be twins. I'm not going to blonde it though. I'm keeping it brown. No. I'm not ready to color it.
I think I lost a good 6 inches today.
I know. I thought, ooh, it's kind of hard to see because half your body's cut off, but it looks summery. I like it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's just I still want to be able to pull it off my neck when it gets hot out. So it's like, okay, happy medium. I have a nice change and it's still practical.
Yeah. It's very fringe appropriate, I think. You go, hello, yes, I'm a fringe creator. It's artsy, but professional.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course. I really wanted to do, I didn't really know the cast, but I really wanted to, can I have your autograph and like take a picture with them? But like as a child, I was really going to go full method with that. But then I thought that's a little much. But I really admire the fact that, again, you don't talk down to them, but the fact that there's so much energy. And again, whoever's in the audience, I'm just feeding off their energy. I'm just going, oh my God, they're giving so much as performers. I am tired watching this. I know how hard it is. And there's so many shows. Oh my God.
I know. Like, how much caffeine must they imbibe in order to put on such a broad and energetic performance all the time?
And then you go home and I don't want to talk to anyone. Although, what if you go home and you keep up that energy and that's just you? That's impressive.
That's also a little bit scary.
That's true. I got to give a shout out to okay, I don't know if I'm going to get all these actors' names right. I know there was Lise and Jada. And then I think Lise, this is adorable because I creep people. Is Lise engaged to the other, what's his name? The wizard guy.
Yeah, Kenton.
Kenton. That was adorable. There was a proposal in a show. Okay. Yes, I creeped them. I was very happy with that. It was very cute. And then, oh my gosh, remind me the fourth actor. He was so cute. Kaylin. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just bad with names today, but I can visually tell you what they were wearing. And they were just giving it and doing that. The choreography also was not bad. I'm like, there's a lot of steps here, you know? It wasn't just like a step touch. There was stuff done. You got the lighting and music and everything. It was nice. It was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is
we lucked out with our team.
In case the reviewers don't come, here you go. Here's what I think, kid. I've got thoughts. Okay. No, but it's impressive to find a cast that can give that much.
Yeah, we got so lucky with our cast and our team. Our director, Chantel Ford, who was also our choreographer, she threw all of this together. And the fact that Fringe happens on such a shoestring budget and a shoestring timeline, and the fact that we were able to pull off 2 shows in this amount of time, I'm just like so in awe of what everyone around me was able to achieve with my silly little idea. So
It's,
I,
you know
I
what? It's
just,
not silly. You're a woman of action. You go,
okay.
you see a show, you go, well, no, this isn't good enough. I'm going to create something better. And you did. And I love that. It resonates with me. That is why you are episode 1 of season 5, young lady. Not because we're related at all, just because you're fantastic. No.
Thank you. Well, I think you're fantastic for doing this, for like actually putting a spotlight on all these people, especially now, like to kind of remind people like, hey, theater is happening, music is happening, like this stuff is still out there. Go see, do, support. And I think it's great what you're doing here with this.
Oh, thanks for coming on very last second. Let's okay, for people, if they want to see Jay and Shilo, what is the best way for them to see it or order a ticket?
Well, you can go to our website at goldenbergproductions.com, and we have links to the Fringe's box office there. Or you could go to the Fringe's website, the Toronto Fringe Festival's website, or you could go to the box office at KidsFest, which is at St. Vladimir Theater, which is 620 Spadina. So we're right by the Harvard Bakery, which is also very good. And you can get tickets at the door, but buy in advance. Come support us.
I mean, yes. Okay. I learned that when you did your show, was it 2017 when it was actually sold out? And I didn't know a kid's show would get sold out. And then it was just the Jewish Guild for years. So I redeemed myself yesterday. It was fine. But I'm like, I didn't think a kid's show would get sold out. And you go, well, yeah, it does. It's popular and it's a good show. So get your tickets. Don't make my mistake, because it was so fun. I can't stop humming songs. It was great. Would you make a soundtrack? Oh, I have ideas for you. Okay. Jay and Shilo soundtrack. It should happen. Maybe. I think so. We'll talk offline. Okay. I'll produce another thing.
Yeah. We're also trying to turn it into a picture book series and stuff. So we have ideas on like getting this out there. So
that's amazing. I love that. You're always so creative. And I mean, when we spoke yesterday, like you were probably one of my first introductions to like theater, and I saw you and Miss Hennigan and Annie. I don't even know what the production was, and I go, I want to do what she's doing. She's fabulous. And
grade 6 Leo Beck Day School musical theater.
Well, it was great. I bought because you just came in and you're just owning your songs. Oh my God, I love this. What is this feeling of joy? And I just like, not only do you perform and now you're writing, like you've been writing for so long, to a point where I actually forgot that you did perform. Like, Allie doesn't want to do my life. Oh, no, she is a performer. But the writing is so fascinating to me because you're very successful. You've done so many books. I'm reading your bio and I go, I forgot you did all this stuff. But how did you realize you were good at writing?
I always wanted to write. Like that was my thing. Like if you'd asked me from the time I was like in kindergarten, like, so when you grow up, what do you want to do? It's like, well, I want to write books. For a brief period of time, I also said, I want to be a teacher. And then I did that. And it was mostly substitute teaching, and it was terrible. I mean, God bless everybody who can actually do that. I tried. I think I showed up one day to do a substitute teaching class at Bialik Hebrew Day School. And the woman hands me my entire lesson plan in Hebrew without the little helper dots under all the letters and everything. And I'm just like,
Nikudot, of course. Okay.
Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And she says, well, you graduated from CHAT, so you're fluent. And I'm like, no.
It's a conversation for another live. Okay.
Yeah, so I think that poor grade 5 class was coloring that day. But it was that and math and whatever they threw at me. I was like, none of this is what I actually want to be doing. So I kind of went back to basics and focused on my writing and everything else. And here we are. I mean, it's just something that I've always done. I've always made stories. I've always created things. And now I'm just going out there and doing it and pushing it and hoping that all this sticks. So.
Well, I think you're doing great. And Did you write a book with Joseph? Did I read that correctly in your bio?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my gosh. Okay, so Hailey's producing, Joseph's writing a book. All right, they're busy.
Yeah. Joseph. It kind of came about where we were just sitting around like, how come I never see you reading? And he was like, well, because no one has any books I want to read. And I said, okay, well, what do you want to read about? And he said, rats. I want to read about rats and I want to read about baseball, ideally in the same book. I was like, well, okay, so let's do that. And so he came up with the whole story, and we have a book coming out in November called Lucky at Bat about this little boy who rescues these two rats, and they discover that they love baseball. And so one of the rats, Lucky, kind of becomes the team mascot, and it's kind of their adventure together in Little League.
And that's so cute because I was going to say the two boys out of the triplets are doing baseball now. So is that part of the, okay. Oh, that's so cute. So where are we gonna read this? Where's the book available?
It's coming out with Koëhler Books, and it'll be available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. You will be able to buy it through Indigo's website for Kobo if you read on that too. And we're going to try to get it on the shelves in other bookstores as well. And you'll be seeing more of these rats.
You know what? You're taking an animal or a rodent that no one appreciates, and you're putting it on a book. It's an underrepresented. Is it an animal? What's the rodent? What's the term for a rat? Creature?
I say rodent.
Okay.
Joseph says pet. He has two of them of his own.
I did not know that, and that is why I will not be visiting. Thank you for warning me with that. Wow. Okay.
Hey, Loki and Gus are very nice, sweet animals.
The names are adorable, though. How do you feed a rat? What is the? Do they state? What if the rat gets loose? Is there a cage protocol?
Well, it happened a couple days ago.
Oh my god!
It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and Joseph comes in, tears down his face, going, "Gus is gone." I'm like, why? What? And he's like, well, the cage was open. I'm like, well, why was the cage open? I don't know. So we found him in the closet. Because Gus, like his namesake, if you've ever seen the Cinderella cartoon, he's this big, chunky boy. And that's what like Loki, who is a master escape artist and trickster and can squeeze under doors and everything, Gus tries and gets stuck. So he wound up in the back of Joseph's closet, not actually able to leave the room. And so we kind of found him just sitting there, just like, fine, okay. So pick him up, put him back in his cage, shut the door, and here we are.
I was oddly rooting for Gus to be free. I just feel bad, but then that's not fair to
no,
because you see the struggle, and I don't know who the underdog is. Gus? Okay. No, I don't think so.
No.
I'm still kind of digesting the fact that you have a pet rat right now. So 2 pet rats. But the names are so clever. Like, you can tell you have an artsy background with these names. There's a well thought out. Well, clearly it's Loki because an escape artist. Oh, clever. Yeah, that is clever. That's so. So I don't know if I specified, and it is in your bio, but you have triplets, which is no easy feat. And oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. How old are they?
They're 11.
Yeah, they're 11, like I was saying. Yes. And but has that affected your artistry in any way? Like, do you feel more inspired? Go ahead.
It's kind of made it more difficult to kind of schedule my art, if that makes sense, because I didn't normally think, oh, hey, art is something that you need to schedule. But at the same time, because I have to, it kind of makes me strangely more productive.
Right. I see that.
So I didn't actually get my first book published until after I had the kids. So
wow.
It was crazy because at the time, like, we didn't do all the streaming stuff or anything like that. So it was me staying up all night long with 3 babies who at the time lived in the family room in Pack and Plays, and there literally was nothing good on TV at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, okay, so I may as well actually do all these projects I've had rattling around in my brain for the past like 11 million years. And next thing I knew, I was like, cool, book series, got it. All right, so this is what I'm doing with my time now.
I'm picturing an ad for having a kid. Are you not being productive? Have a child. And just any artist out there that's struggling with time management, have a kid. Okay.
I think it's because we had more than one at the same time, strangely enough, because we couldn't really sleep. So Brian and I were living this weird sort of shift system, like shifts passing in the night. Like he'd be awake and doing his work and helping with the kids and stuff from this hour to this hour, and then he'd go to bed, and then I'd wake up and I'd start my shift of what's going on. So I was a nocturnal person for a while. It kind
Were
of
you always did you just kind of adapt to the circumstance?
I kind of adapted to the circumstance. It was very weird. It's like,
you know what though? Sometimes when sometimes I get my best work done and I stay up after hours than I normally would, and I go, wow, I should do this more often, but then I don't want to because the next day I hate life. So
yes, now that's kind of where I'm at. But thank goodness they're like full day school, full day camp and things like that. So I'm like, okay, so when they're gone, I can get stuff done. I strangely enough, I think I'm less productive now than I was before, because now there's Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and Apple TV and all these things. I'm like, okay, so they're not here, so I can watch all the inappropriate stuff that I can't see when they're around.
I mean, here's what I think, and this is again me not being a parent, but I say start them young. Expose them to everything. So there's no shock value when they're older. Like, I've seen this. This is the norm. That's parenting with Robyn.
I'm kind of working my way through those things, like little bits here and there where it's kind of like, oh, I forgot that movie was rated that.
That's not a naked body. Those swear words are just people, it's cool. Those are some new words we learned. We're expanding your vocabulary as children. You're welcome. School.
Yeah, but Phillip specifically loves anything scary, so he gets annoyed when the movie isn't scary enough, and he's like, let's watch a horror film. I'm like, okay, so let's start small. And he's like, and so I've shown him Poltergeist, the classic one with Craig T. Nelson, or as Brian calls him, Coach. And I've shown him Insidious, because I was told that one was more appropriate because there's less gory violence and no nudity and the language isn't terrible. But both times he's like, that wasn't scary. What else you got? Like, okay. So we're kind of
did you write a paranormal book?
I did. I wrote a zombie novel.
Okay.
With my friend An Tran called Bath Salts. That's kind of 2 women facing the zombie apocalypse in Canada, told through their diary entries.
Oh, cool.
And it's kind of our theory of what actually would happen and how best to not get eaten. And
it's a zombie survival guide.
Kind of, yeah, but they kind of build a tiny house out in Nunavut because they're like, okay, the population density is going to be very low up there. So we're just going to drive from North York to Nunavut with our respective pets and important people, and just
do the rats make it
there for a while. There were no rats at the time of the book.
At the time.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Part 2, bring the rats.
Yes.
That is so. I love Nunavut. That's such a creative thing to think about. What would we do? Drive to Nunavut.
Well, we put on a lot of 4-hander musicals apparently while up there because one needs entertainment.
Oh my goodness.
It's like
I love it. I love your ideas. And
I think at some point in the book there was actually like, okay, so some of us can actually sort of carry a tune. So tonight will be one night only, songs for New World in Nunavut with no audience.
With no audience. I mean, look, depends on the crowd. Sometimes it's a small audience anyways. Oh, one person. There's more people in the cast. Hello, one person. Enjoy. That's so funny. Would you ever take your books and make them into plays? Would you do that crossover?
I would love to. Yeah, I have some ideas of what I'd like to do specifically with some of the more fantasy novels.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, hey, if Shrek could be a big budget musical, then why not some of the stuff that I've come up with?
I mean, the fantasy, again, I'm just so impressed with anyone that's a writer. And you just do so many different genres. Do you just, again, is it you have ideas and you just write them down? Or do you say, I'm writing a fantasy and you write a fantasy?
I think it kind of starts with an idea and I just kind of write it down and take it from there. And other times, like Hailey has been throwing a lot of books that she's been reading at me, going, write something like this. So now I'm kind of like, okay, so middle grade novel about someone who likes fashion.
It's a children's shopaholic, of course.
So we'll see if anything comes of that, but she's kind of pushing me towards like write something where nobody has powers and everyone's 11.
I mean, I counter, Hailey. You start the writing and I will edit it. You know what? I love the mind. I love the mind of a child. I love seeing what they think and how they think the world works. And it's so innocent and for the most part. And it's beautiful. Yeah. Sometimes, that kid is dark. Wow.
Yeah. Like Phillip.
I mean, but still interesting perspective and okay. Mm-hmm. But they're not all the same, right? It's all a different personality, right?
Oh, very much so.
It's fascinating.
So. Yeah.
You got like a little human experiment in your home.
They both have the same parents. Yeah. Same parents, same exposures to things, but 3 vastly different personalities.
It's really, I always want to do experiment. Oh, that sounds creepy. I want to do experiments on people. No, it's more I study the physicality of things. And I like seeing the different walks of kids and how they develop into adults. Oh my God, that sounds so creepy. I'm a physio, backing out. Okay. I don't like to watch kids walk. Wow, that got weird. And we're live. Hey, I'm not editing it out. It's fine. I've said weirder things. But I'm just so, like, the fact that you can juggle the triplets and then also Brian's doing his thing and just kind of keep pumping out creative stuff. It's kind of, I look at your life and I go, I have no excuse to not be more productive.
Oh, just write your own stuff and put it on. That's how it works, right?
Pretty much. But I mean, I don't think it's like, what was your first, did you ever feel like, oh, I made it or I'm getting recognized now?
I'm still most days thinking that I'm working towards that.
Okay.
I mean, I've applied to be a guest at this year's Fan Expo since they finally opened up Authors Alley again. So if I get it, I'll be like, okay, this is actually a thing. But it's something that they used to do. And for an organization that I want to bring me in, for me to be like, guys, you kind of messed up when you decided that we were a fire hazard and you moved us for a bunch of beanbag chairs and cut Authors Alley entirely. Good on you for bringing us back. But yeah, it was a thing for a while where like authors, specifically local authors and all sorts of things, could come on as guests and run panels and stuff under the escalators at the Metro Toronto Convention as a part of Fan Expo. But then they told us that we were a fire hazard and they canceled it entirely and filled the area with beanbag chairs.
I just love, where can we put the authors? I don't know. There's a spot under the escalator, I guess.
That's kind of where we were.
I can picture it. I've been to that I just wouldn't, I don't understand. but I didn't organize that event, so I have no thoughts. Okay, other than weird, but
yeah, that's how it was. But we were our own little community of weirdos. So
you know what? The term weirdo, I used to feel like it had such a negative connotation when someone said I was weird. And then I thought, you know what? That just means that I'm different than you and you don't understand me. And that's cool. You do your thing, but I'm going to keep being what you think is weird. And I am trying to tell myself is awesome. So empowering
it is awesome.
the weird.
I mean,
yeah.
Normal's boring.
It's true.
We're artists. Our artists are inherently weird, and we just got to own it.
But I think that from that, like, it's not just the I don't know. It's something about you think a little differently than someone else, or you see things differently. And I think that's just being human, but some people don't like when you don't have a similar viewpoint or act differently. And I think that's their problem.
Exactly. I think every single person on this planet is their own brand of weirdo.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, that's beautiful. Write a book. Okay.
Okay.
You're your own weirdo. Okay. I get
starring nothing but 11-year-olds.
In fashion. Like the most fashionable weirdo shirts. You know how Mean Girls did that whole random, it's going to be weirdo fashion. And then you'll have a series of Barbie dolls that are just weirdos. Ooh.
Oh, now do I have to give you a cut of this?
Just a little bit. I'll take 10%.
Okay.
Right off the top. Okay.
All right.
I've been doing this voice all day. This is something that shocks me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I said only half an hour and we went 2 minutes over. Oh God. Brian's going to be so upset at me. He's so good at producing. Okay. Is there any final thoughts, any final things you'd like to share other than obviously guys, see Jay Shilo. It's great. See both shows. I have to see the second show. Otherwise I'm going to get Jewish guilted. It's going to be very uncomfortable. I won't be able to see you guys ever again. No, but is there anything else you want to promote that we haven't touched on, or?
I think we've covered pretty much everything. I mean, books. Lucky at Bat is coming out November, so buy that. Read about rats and baseball. Jay and Shilo is going on right now at the Toronto Fringe Festival KidsFest, which again, very wordy, but that is what it is. Live Theater's back, which is fantastic, and I'm very happy about that. Come see our amazing, talented cast. We're at St. Vlad's, and it's a good
620 Spadina Avenue, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you for making it walkable for me. That's very sweet. Okay.
You're very welcome.
I mean, the other one was closer. I'm just saying. The other venue was closer. So,
yeah.
But that's cool. Okay. But no, Allie, thank you so much for coming on. I can't commit to the second show. I've seen the first one. It's fine. But I do want to see the second one. I have conflicting thoughts. But thank you so much for coming on. And
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you were great. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you future viewers for watching. And best of luck with the Fringe. Best of luck with all your books and creative outlets. And sending love to the family. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Say hi to Mike for me.
Will do.
Okay. Bye.